Hello, everyone. Welcome to the newest podcast about kayak bass fishing in the nation. If you're here to talk kayaks and kayak fishing, you're in the right spot. Your host, John Suits, brings you into the exciting world of Greenfish Nation and all it has to offer. We will have special guests from product manufacturers as well as the end users from the ground level angler up to the big boy pros. The show starts right now, so get your paddles ready and let's get started.
Well, hello, everybody. I want to welcome you to Beyond the Paddle tonight. I want to thank you very much for joining us. If you like bass fishing, kayak fishing in particular, you're in the right spot. To Beyond the Paddle, we can be viewed on YouTube at Bass Fishing with Greenfish Nation, Facebook at Greenfish Nation Kayak Tournaments, Trails, Series, and State Challenges. Also, don't forget to check us out on Twitter and Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That would really help us out, and we'd really appreciate it. Guys, I'm so excited tonight. I have a very special guest. Some of you folks that watch YouTube will instantaneously recognize him. He is an avid YouTuber, an avid kayak fisherman, and a kayak reviewer. His channel has over 50,000 subscribers. He has produced over 1,000 videos pertaining to kayaks and kayak fishing. He has got over 3.4 million views on YouTube.
More
Guys,
than that, 31 million plus.
31 million. Okay, I must have misread. I'm sorry. So, guys, tonight I want to welcome Aliex Folueira. Am I saying that right, Aliex?
First name, yes. Last name is Folueira, but it's
Folueira.
fine.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry.
Hey, I don't pronounce anything the right way, so.
Well, I mean, I don't have a whole lot of Spanish heritage. I do have a lot of Spanish friends, and maybe I should have asked one of them before we done this. But tell us a little bit about yourself, Aliex.
Well, I'm just a normal guy who came from Cuba 24 years ago almost, and I always fish over there with just a hand line and some hooks. And when I came here, we got on boats. We fish out of boats, and every time we went out, the boat will break. Or we got into an accident. It was seriously, it was a nightmare, but it was so much fun. Like, I love it, and I wish we had a chance to do that again, because he's not here with us anymore. But anyways, it was fun, and I thought that fishing was illegal from land.
Yeah.
I know it sounds stupid, but everywhere you go, you saw a no fishing sign. So what do you think? Oh, you can't fish.
Absolutely.
All right. But then I brought my dad from Cuba and his family, and my family, but his wife and kids. And the house was so small, and I needed to get out. So I did the obvious, right? I went to a taco store and I asked, "Hey, where can you fish? Do you need to get on a boat? Can you fish from land?" Like, well, you could just fish right there. And that right there was Deering Point. So I went there I bought a rod, $25, and I caught a bunch of bait fish, saltwater bait fish. Took it back home. We deep fry it. It was tasty. Wow, I remember this. I remember the feeling. Let's do more of it.
Yeah.
But then, man, I upgraded my equipment. I spent hundreds of dollars on rod, and I still couldn't cast to where I wanted to put the freaking bait. And at the time, I was watching a lot of Chad Hoover's show, because I like the music, I like the intro, I like the way he was doing it, and I like the kayaks. So I started getting into that. And I finally bought a kayak, but I bought the wrong one, of course. It was a lifetime sport fisher. And I was thinking with the idea, oh, maybe you should do YouTube. Maybe you should be the one putting the content out there too, so people can go through what you went through. And all that process took years, from 2013 that we're talking about to the first video, late 2015. It was a video that sucked, of course. Uh, it took years to get there, but
Yeah.
little by little, and learning YouTube and doing stupid videos that nobody care about. I stumbled on one time. I flipped a kayak on my pool, and it got so much views compared to the others. I go, oh, that's what you need to do, because that was the reason why you started in the first place, right?
Right. It's ironic that people, they can watch you go out and fish all day long and be successful or whatever, but people, I guess, just by human nature are drawn to negativity. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I see that a lot on YouTube. I see a lot of, I call it clickbait, but a lot of people say, "Oh, you can't do this," or and it kind of, I guess, subconsciously challenges people to watch their videos or whatever. But you get kind of tired of that after a while. But getting back to your kayak flipping,
So I flipped the kayak. I noticed it got views, and instead of I started doing more content about kayak comparisons, and I was trying to get my hands on as many kayaks as I could through my friends and whatever. But instead of just focusing on that, I kept doing fishing videos, and they didn't work.
yeah,
Um, so all that, fast forward years later, Bonafide came up with their kayak, the SS127. I loved that kayak. I bought one for myself. I flipped one of it, and that video took off.
yeah,
And I think that enables me to be known by the brands. And then some of them started reaching out, hey, you want a kayak for review? I go, heck
yeah,
yeah. I couldn't believe the email. Like, I was like, what were you saying? A 2,000 something dollar kayak to a guy that has 3,000 subscribers? Like, it makes no sense.
yeah,
But they saw the potential. They saw that I was getting, I don't know, 100,000 views on a video. The odds are that a lot of people that saw that video are gonna buy it.
right, absolutely,
So that's pretty much how I got to today, where it's a mix of me having to buy the kayak because I couldn't get it in time, or just getting the kayak in for reviews, or driving somewhere where the kayak is available. So
right. So I was going to ask you, how does that work? If you review a kayak, do they ship it to you? I guess you kind of answered it. You might use a friend's kayak, or you might go to like a kayak shop and like tell them you're wanting to do a review of so and so kayak, and they let you take it out and do your filming or whatever. I never really thought about how that would operate.
but it's a mix of everything, and not everybody agreed. So, like, they may have their own ideals, or they think they could do it better than you. Like, some
Yeah,
companies think they could do it better than you, but what they don't understand is that people don't care about their opinion. Like, if I'm gonna buy something and I want to review, do you think I'm gonna take it from the company itself? No, right?
right, right. You
Yeah.
want an unbiased opinion, somebody that don't have a dog in the fight, so to speak.
Or simply somebody just different, and
Right.
compare.
Yeah.
Um, so like I said, like Bonafide, I was trying to get a kayak in the PWR, and they're gonna need a lot of convincing. So that one, I like the kayak. I wanted it for myself. I bought it.
Yeah.
Right.
Which
I
one was
didn't have
that?
to, the PWR 129.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I didn't need it. I didn't have to spend the money, but I did it because I liked it. I remember the old SS127. We just mentioned that when I sold that kayak, because I need the money to keep doing the business.
Right.
It sort of hurt me, and it also made a huge hole on my production because
Yeah.
I no longer had a kayak that I could slap a motor on it, bow mount,
Yeah.
trolling motor, or rear, or whatever. So I'm super late to that game because I didn't have the right accessory, the right tool. So that's why I bought the PWR. But the funny thing is that if I just would have waited maybe a month, right, I could have gotten the kayak I needed without having to pay for it, and probably the motor at a discount.
Oh, yeah. Now, what motor are you talking about?
Uh, the XI3 is a
Okay.
$1,600 motor that I had to go to Bass Pro Shop and buy.
Yeah.
because I need it. I need it for my little boat, and I also need it to make videos of and all that stuff. So it's totally a taxable transaction, but it's still.
Right. Absolutely.
If you put those two together, how much money is that? And when I think about it, it's like $4,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say about 4 grand for those two items,
Yeah.
and that's not including your battery or any other accessories that you might need. So
Thank God I have amped outdoors. So he told me,
absolutely.
yeah, I love those batteries. I've been using it since 2019 and haven't had an issue. I did break one because I was stupid. I flipped a kayak with one inside and it fell and I couldn't find it, so I had to go the next day and was gonna survive that. So that's totally my fault.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, oh, I mean, I took that kayak and I started because somebody made a comment. How much money you have in there? I go like, I don't know. I looked at it. Oh my God, it was like over $10,000. I'm like, what the heck? It's just crazy how easy. I mean, it's not like I just got $10,000 out of the bank and went and bought all this stuff. There's things that you accumulate over time, and it's worth that, right?
Right. Absolutely.
So, and the sad part is that the $4,000 spent, right? And if I made $100 on those videos so far, is too much. But it's an investment for, like, I just need one video to hit, right? And now I have the tools
Absolutely.
to make those videos. And if one of those videos hit, it will like bring revenues from many sources, and
Right.
it will pay off. And I mean, we're talking about something that I buy today, and over the years, like the kayak, eventually I'm gonna sell it, so I may recoup half of the money, and the motor probably, as long as it doesn't break, it could be something that I use for 10 years, right? So
Yeah.
it's not something that is one time use.
Right. Right. You're gonna get a lot of years use out of it, ideally.
Let's hope.
So I'm gonna put your banner up for your channel here. It'll go over the top of us for just a minute. You guys be sure and jump over there and check him out. He's got a great channel, like Aliex says. He does all things kayak fishing. So there it is for you guys to see for just a moment. Y'all take a screenshot of that or something and jump over there and jump on the bandwagon. But so you fish mostly saltwater. From what I've been seeing, that correct?
Yes, I was born in Cuba. I was born like on the water, basically. So that's life for me.
Right. I was watching you today earlier on the inflatable paddleboard
Mhm.
with Bixby motor going out and catching those cudas. That was a good video. I enjoyed that.
I was after sharks. I wanted
Yeah,
to catch a big shark, and
yeah,
I wanted to get that shark close to the kayak and see if it bit it. But they're not here yet.
yeah. They
I
they
mean, we're
haven't
talking
moved
about
it.
probably a shark this big, not like a 12-footer, not a bull shark.
Yeah,
That's for later.
right. Oh Lord, I definitely want a backup plan.
Well, it's called Tier B Type A, or Tier A Type B, one of those. I keep forgetting the name. And a backup pump, which I didn't take that day. I should have taken that day.
Yeah,
So if you get an inflatable and it gets punctured, the air is not just gonna go.
yeah,
There's 14 to 15 pounds of air in that thing. It will take a while for that air to get out. And
yeah.
even when you lose the mass, like the toughness of it, you still have a lot of air in there.
I
So
see.
if you have an accident and you get that tear tie, it's kind of like a tape. You put it there, it's gonna seal that in 2 seconds.
Oh
And
yeah,
then if you need air, just hit your
pump it up.
electric pump and pump it up.
Huh. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why people are so afraid of inflatables. Like, literally, the best boats in the world are inflatables. They're called rigid inflatable boats. I forgot the name exactly.
Yeah, you're talking
Red
about
boats.
like a
Red boat.
Zodiac.
Something like that, but more like
Yeah.
these boats are used by the Coast Guard, by the Army, and they are basically unsinkable,
I see.
unflippable.
Huh.
So,
Okay.
I mean, don't go on a crazy day where see those cruises going on there,
Right.
but
S-
most conditions they are.
Yeah. So, if you had to put a number on it, how many different kayaks would you say you've reviewed?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Too
It's
many.
definitely over
Too
well,
too
there
many.
too many, but there's something about review, and then there's something about just having like I can see the kayak and do a video about it. I
Yeah.
wouldn't call that a full blown review. It could be just a water demo. It's a review of that
Oh,
water demo
yeah.
session. But yeah, it's
Okay.
probably hundreds. I mean, it's been many years, and
Yeah.
if it's not what I would do anyways, rigging up the kayak, going fishing, I wouldn't be doing it because it's not worth it.
Right. So what would you say your all-time favorite kayak is? Is that the one you've got now? Would you say the PDL 127?
No, the PWR 127. That
Oh,
I just
that's
got it. I'm still trying to get it to work, which brings me to the all-time favorite is the autopilot because I don't have to do anything to it.
yeah.
It's ready. I just need to plug in my amped outdoor battery and just go.
Go to work, huh?
And I could go in 15 miles an hour, 25 miles an hour wind. Don't do this, people. But I feel like I could do it. I mean, I know where I'm gonna go. I know I'm gonna get shelter from getting little islands and stuff. If I need to cut across, I just stay close to my mangroves and I'll be fine. So I know what I'm doing.
Right.
But that's my all time favorite. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you had to give a brand new somebody that was brand new to kayak fishing, somebody that was just getting started, if you had to give them one piece of advice, what would you give them?
Do whatever you can do to demo the boats and don't give me the excuses, oh, the nearest dealer is 2 hours away, or I don't have friends. Make them,
Yeah.
go to Facebook groups, find someone close to you, anybody that loves their kayaks, they will be super happy to show you the kayak.
Yeah. I've found that pretty true about most kayak anglers. They're pretty easy guys and gals to get along with. So in other words, make yourself available, huh?
Yeah. Sorry, if it's something that is kind of like a trip, maybe 2 hours away, maybe start looking online to see what you might like. Check YouTube, like do some research on the kayak. Don't fully take whoever's doing the video's word for it because we are all different shapes and sizes and stuff. But at least it's gonna help you narrow down certain kayaks that you want to test. And when you
Yeah.
have that, then just find if friends of yours have it or join Facebook or things like that. And what I would say is that you don't necessarily have to demo. Let's say you want a native Titan, right? And nobody has it, but they have a Old Town 120 PDL, right? You don't have to demo the native. You could just demo the Old Town. If you like it, if you like the reverse and all that stuff, you're gonna like the native because it's more stuff that it brings,
Yeah.
right? And then that could help you make a decision. Same thing with the any brand really. So like you could see a similar kayak and then compare it. It will give you an idea how the kayak that you really want, how it works basically.
Right. Okay. So same size, same width,
No, I'm not done
all
with
of that.
Bisbee. Bisbee is we just talked about it, right? I just used Bisbee on my inflatable. Bisbee is always gonna have a place in my heart. Bisbee is very light. It's waterproof. I flipped kayaks with Bisbee on several times. Nothing happened. Try doing that with battery and big motor. Yeah, you're gonna wish you didn't. If I'm gonna go ashore, I just put Bisbee on the rudder of my kayak. It's just that Bisbee is not the best for all watercrafts. Like if you have a giant boat like a 14, like a native Titan 12.5, you put a Bisbee on it, you're gonna go 2 miles an hour. You need more power, so that's why something like the Newport vessel
Yeah.
NK300 will get you there.
Right.
Sorry, I saw that comment there and
No,
just
that's okay. That's absolutely that's why I put it up there, and I guess this pertained to making friends with any of the kayak guys, well, except for the Hobie guys. But I know some
Hey,
good Hobie guys.
hey, just today, Christine, who is a hobby ambassador, we were talking online through post. I shared one of the interview that she had, like, and I get hobby lovers every day commenting on my normal stuff, and they joke around in private messages. We're fine, you know. It's just that there's some people that they're not worth the time, and like they trying to get to you right on purpose. And I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
I don't have time for you. So I blocked those people, and I have.
Oh yeah.
I don't waste time. Especially those people that come to me and say, "Hey, you're just doing this for attention, huh?" I just block them so quick. I don't need you. Sorry, but I don't need your high maintenance. I'm trying to
Yeah.
do something here, like to help people out, and I'm free to speak my mind too. Like.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I've always I've always felt like a friendship is something that you really shouldn't have to work at. I mean, it should just click. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
not so, or if you do have to work at it a little bit, it should be done on both sides
No,
equally.
of
You know
course,
what I mean? It's not a one-sided thing. I mean, a friendship is kind of like a marriage. You know what I mean? You should
yeah,
both work for the common goal.
for the exactly.
Yeah,
Because if one does more than the other, there's going to be resentment, and that is ground for termination.
absolutely,
um,
absolutely.
but like, the thing is this: I've been getting hate comment online since I went online because I like politics, right? And
We
people see who
froze
I
up there
am.
for a minute. What?
You've been freezing in and out. I don't think it's me because I got 2 gigs.
Yeah,
um,
I've got 5G internet. I don't know what's going on.
Oh man, we're paying too much money for nothing, right? It's fake. Because you pay for 2 gigs and then you get like
Yeah,
500 MPS, whatever.
yeah.
So I've been attacked since ever. For those who like to care, that care, I'm on the right, not a lefty. And every time they see a Latino guy say something about being a Republican or whatever, you get attacked. It's like, how dare you, you know? So I've been
Right.
fighting people online forever. So I know a hater. I could smell them a mile away.
Oh
And
yeah, absolutely.
sometimes I tolerate what they're saying to a certain point. When they become like too much to deal with, bye.
See you later. Absolutely.
Because now you're making me angry. Now I'm wasting time with you when I should be helping somebody else. Hey, Alex, love your videos. I'm trying to buy a Titan. What do you think about it? Like instead of me responding to that person, I'm responding to this hater.
Oh yeah, I understand.
So, yeah,
So, do you ever do any tournaments?
I was actually talking to my wife about that today. No, I don't. And I was thinking, what if you were full time YouTube and you had the time to do it? Would you do it? And I'm like, why would I? Why would I spend? I mean, I will fish one or two tournaments, but not be a tournament angler.
Right, right.
Because if the amount of time that you have to put into it, and the traveling and everything, I did the math. Like in order to make a living of that, you basically have to finish all the time in the top 10. And I don't care how good you are, that's impossible.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I would do it, but I would do it where a local tournament, let's say, and even the Harris chain, that's too far from me, right? I would have to
Yeah.
basically drive and stay overnight, like dedicate a whole week to that. So it's kind of like a commitment.
Right,
Um,
absolutely. I do agree.
I would totally fish a 1 day tournament, right? Right now I can't. I don't have the time. I cannot even breathe. But if I had the time, I would do it. But then I was thinking, like, what is the
I
dream here?
didn't
Huh?
see any footage or anything particularly about tournaments, but I know that you talk with a lot of the tournament people because you're in the midst of the kayak world.
Exactly. And I do want to go and cover some tournaments and sort of experience what that is like. I'm not going to compete because, first of all, like, it's a tournament. You gotta prepare for it, and I'm really bad at preparing for things. And you have to have a game plan and all this stuff and the things that they go through. Like I know how it is. I spent countless hours watching what's his name, Scott Rowling, and he does a wonderful job with covering tournaments and all that stuff. So I know how it works. I'm not stupid,
Yeah.
and I know who my viewers are too. They love to fish tournaments, and they probably do what I was thinking, like they just fish local. But like
Yeah.
I was thinking, let's say, I mean, fishing is easy, right? Catching fish, if you find them, is easy. Like you could train anybody to be a really good tournament angler if you give them the time and the funding and the right knowledge to study, right? You could turn anyone into a really good angler. And I'm thinking, what if you could do that? Like, will you do it? I go, why would I? Why would I? I mean, I want to go fish on my own terms. I want to go and let's say I want to go for, I don't know, like smallmouth only that day,
Yeah.
right? What if I want to fish in the shallow for 2 pounders because I want to?
Right.
What if I don't want to deal with a bed with a 10 pounder? You know why? Why? I don't want to spend 3 hours trying to catch it, right? I just want to have fun, you
Yeah.
know. So for me that is fun, like just catching the fish or being surprised, just power fish everywhere and throw that lure and you get something and you don't know what it is and then oh look what it is, that's
So
for
so
me fishing.
yeah, you just enjoy the freedom of being on the water and fishing and all that, and I totally get that. That's that's the way I am, but I come from a very competitive upbringing. Played sports my whole life. You know, I don't know if there's three people in the room, or even if there was just two, I always wanted to be the winner. That's just, I used to train competitive dogs for a living, retrievers, and I'd take 20 dogs to a trial knowing only one dog could be the winner, but I wanted all my dogs to win, but that's just not the way that game works. So,
Yeah, not everybody could be a winner.
yeah,
um the thing is, if we go back to why I started fishing again, right, was because I was trying to find peace, right? Trying to be connected to nature. And a tournament is the opposite. It's just
well, that's true.
being being worried about it, being you competing, right? I'm
Yeah,
always competing when I'm fishing. It's me against the fish.
absolutely. See, that's the way I look at it too. Even if I'm fishing a tournament, it's first of all, it's me against the fish, and then it's me against whoever else. But yeah, I'm a paramedic for a living, and there's some things that we have to see and deal with that would wreck a normal person's mind. I didn't choose this job; it chose me. My number of years, and I always said when I was doing dogs that I would never be a paramedic. And I learned there's two words in the English language that you shouldn't use, and that's never and always. But anyway, I've been a paramedic now for 8 years, and fishing is my place of peace, but I'm still competitive.
Yeah, exactly. Uh,
Yeah.
you want both. You want the peace, but you want the war too. So
Right, right. But I always want to do better than I did last time. That's always my goal.
when
So
when I when I go fishing, my number one goal is to not get scum.
yep. Get the zero out of the boat first, huh?
Exactly. And I have done stupid things to not get scum. Like the other day, I went on the paddle. Oh, it was the power and the trolley motor. I went out to the what I call the kudas. I got there, there was nothing. I I had live bait too. Like I went everywhere, couldn't find any fish at all. They were not there. Crystal clear water, I would have seen them. If they were there, I would have seen them. And I couldn't see anything. I went back to where I know there was little fish like this.
Yeah.
And even that was tough. Like I
Yeah.
lost like five. And I go, you know what? That's it. I'm gonna go home with a zero. I have one last live bait. I threw it back, started going away. and I felt the rod moving, and I grabbed it and so set the hook subtle, and it took some line. I go, I got you. So I wasn't
Uh,
scunned that day.
there you go. The zero was out of the boat. That's good.
Yeah, but I did it
Well,
with like catching a panfish. Basically, it's salt water, so it's a little snapper.
yeah,
Like they just eat. It doesn't matter what you throw them; it's just gonna eat. If they're there, they're gonna eat.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you had to give somebody that was wanting to maybe start YouTube, uh, kind of a hint on what would be the most important thing to do starting out as a YouTuber, uh, trying to get started, what would you say the most important thing would be to you now, having the experience that you do versus when you started? What piece of advice would you give them?
Well, there's a lot there. YouTube is huge. So is Facebook. I would say two things. One, don't put crap out there, please. Edit it out, remove all the knows and the ams and whatever, the
Yeah,
dead, silent. Like we don't have time, right? So why you want to put that out there? Um, that's one. Like you don't have to be an expert. You don't have to do fancy angles, but at least edit the videos to a point where if somebody's watching it, they're gonna have a good time watching it, or at least the
yeah,
2 minutes that they watch. So yeah, don't put crap out there. If you feel like the video is not that good or whatever, unless I mean, I did a challenge recently and I had to do a video every day. Fine, you know. And I even took them down and put them back, but whatever. It was a challenge. You're telling the people watching you what you're doing.
right.
Hey, this video is just on one take. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just doing it. But that's for somebody like me who just has an audience and know what they're doing. But if you're starting, don't do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Try, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Again, it could just be if a video is 16 minutes long because it's full of cut that out, make it 10 minutes, right?
Right, absolutely.
Upload that. It's gonna be a much better viewing experience than anything else. The other thing is that don't just marry YouTube. YouTube sucks. Okay. YouTube have favorites.
Yeah, I've
YouTube,
noticed that.
yeah, YouTube love to claim that they're free and they only promote the videos that people want to consume, but like no.
Yeah.
So don't marry one per platform.
So
Facebook
I
is really good for putting a lot of content. So if you're one of those people who want to do 100 posts a day, YouTube is not the place.
yeah.
Facebook is.
So I've noticed this, now that you bring that up. Um, I mean, I've put out about 300 videos. Um, and like you, when I started, my videos were not not all that good, but I mean, I do mostly put out fishing videos, like you said, didn't work as good for you. But I try to make my content entertaining. I try to have good uh, music sometimes with it. I try to have, different camera angles that I can change up and make things not just be so boring. I mean, I try to put out good videos, and I mean, I work pretty hard at it, and I've got like almost 700 subscribers, and a lot of times my views are like, I think the most views I've ever had on one video is probably like,
I
and then
lost you there for a minute.
I started doing shorts, and some of those were
How many views on the video? Because I lost you there
what's
for
that?
there for like 30 seconds.
So a lot of my videos, most of my videos get, a couple hundred views. Most of my shorts are getting around somewhere between 750 and 1,000. Well, I started kind of moving around on different platforms, and I started putting out some Facebook reels. I always share my videos to Facebook, add them to my story, Instagram. But where I really hit a home run is on TikTok. And I think it's got a lot to do with people nowadays. We live in a fast paced, I want it here, I want it now, and I don't want it very long world. And those videos those shorts, I guess you'd call them, that you put out on TikTok, if you can keep one down to about 10 or 15, 18 seconds, you can do really good with it. I've got some of those that's got 25, 30,000, and I literally didn't do any work at all to get those, you know what I mean? Versus going out and filming, 4 or 5 hours and coming home and editing for a couple hours for a 15 or 20-minute video to get,
100
150
views.
views. Yeah. Yeah.
It's it's easier to click on something that is 10 seconds long that you know that if it's bad, you didn't waste 10 minutes of your life.
Right.
So that's why they get more views. The other thing is, if you take that 10 second that they watch and you turn it into a minute, that's what, six views.
Yeah.
So times that to like 200 views on that video that maybe they watch 3 minutes. I'm not gonna do math here, but do the math. It's like one long form view is worth a lot of short views.
Right. Absolutely. I understand that. You
Um,
know,
the thing is, there's making a fishing video. Anybody can do it. It's the easiest thing in the planet. All you have to do is go fishing.
right.
Therefore, there's gonna be a lot of competition and less people watching.
Yeah.
I mean, more people watching in general, but less people watching per video.
Right.
So you're
Right.
gonna get less views. The way you cut through that is, well, you can have your friend call the police while you're fishing.
See, I like the way you're thinking. You got to jazz it up, huh?
Now you could even make it even better by getting another friend who happens to be, I don't know, good looking, have her be call the police on you because you caught a big fish,
Right.
you know,
Oh, I see. Okay.
or you get a little stupid like me and never do that. Like there are
Uh,
ways to get people's attention. You just said it
yeah.
earlier. People love negativity. You think that doesn't happen? What I just said?
Oh, I understand.
That
I
happens.
understand. But
Uh,
I'm one of
You
those creators that I feel like I probably don't get as many views and stuff as I could if I'm just going to name drop here. Okay. If I put the Randy Blockets on them, that dude is so negative. Uh, but anyway, you know what I mean? Everything he says is negative and he gets thousands and thousands of views. But anyway, I name
um
dropped,
we
not
we
you.
gotta we gotta touch on Randy because Randy is Randy. Look, I got some good ideas from Randy
Yeah.
about like what he's doing. He's in terms of like being popular and getting the attention, he's doing the right thing. Um, and I don't think he believes all the crap he's saying,
Oh, I don't either. Not for a minute.
but he knows that if he keeps at it, he's gonna build this group of people that really love him and are gonna protect him, even though everybody else hates him. That group of people is the one
Right.
that is gonna go and use his affiliate links to Taco Warehouse, all
Yep.
his sponsors, and he could call them, "Hey, dude, yeah, negativity, but look at this. I just sold 2 million of your product because I have this super hardcore fan base that really love me."
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so that's what he's doing. And
Absolutely. He's a very smart businessman. Just, you know, that's not the way I want to get that fan base, is what I'm getting at.
no, but you do have to be a little risky and salty and borderline negative in some things.
Yeah.
You don't have to lie. You can just tell the truth.
Right.
Like, for example, me and that company I don't want to talk about anymore.
Yeah.
The kayak flip super easy. I showed them it was easy. I
Yeah.
wish it wasn't that easy, but it was, right?
Yeah.
So you could use that. Just post the truth, right? And that could get attention. But the truth is that it's not worth it because that company is like not many people, like it doesn't bring the views that it used to.
Yeah.
So it's not worth anymore. But you could be a little negative because it warrants it, and you could bring that attention if you want, and you have to. Like, for example, if right now you get home and you see three packages, and one is a check for $10,000. One is the new free kayak you got from your new sponsorship, and then there's another one that says IRS on it.
Hmm.
Which one is the first one you're gonna open?
I'm going to open the IRS one first
Exactly.
because I'm going to want to know if I'm going to get to cash that check or even get to use that new kayak. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So you are comfortable with the other two package. It's good things. So you're not worried about that. You have it. So you're gonna try to remove any danger from that comfort you have. So you're gonna go and
Yeah.
open the IRS one, and when you open it, oh, it's just nothing, big deal.
Right.
But you gotta, oh my God, what happened? Am I getting audited now? What's going on, right? You don't know, so you go and open that letter first. We all do it.
Yeah. That's just human nature.
Yeah, and the truth is there wasn't negative about nothing negative about the IRS envelope, right? It's just
Right.
we associate the IRA sending you a letter with you doing something bad.
Right. Right. Or you owing them money or,
Exactly, and it could be the
yeah,
complete opposite, you know.
absolutely. Yeah.
But we're hardwired like that for hundreds of thousands of years, and good luck changing that.
Exactly. Yes. It's a definitely a habit, but that I think will never change. It's just like myself when people, a lot of times they find out I'm a paramedic and, they don't want to know about what's the best call you've ever ran, or they always want to know what's the worst thing you've ever seen.
Yeah,
It's that negativity.
yeah. It's
So, yeah.
and it's not that
So
they want a negative. It's just that they want to protect against bad things. They want to be safe.
exactly. Exactly. So what you're saying is branch out to other platforms. You said Facebook's really good. You do much Twitter, Instagram, TikTok stuff?
Don't go to Twitter. My Twitter. Don't go to my Twitter. My Twitter is all complaining about YouTube. So don't read it, please.
Oh,
It's just whenever I get pissed, I go to Twitter. I send a tweet out. I know some people are gonna read it. Some of them already tuned me out because too much complaining. Some people inside YouTube itself. So I just do it. It's like that story about Lincoln writing a letter and he didn't send it out. He put it in his pocket.
yeah.
I'm not that great of a man, so I do send out the letter,
You write it and send it out, huh?
but I send it to where few people wanna read it.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Instagram, really, I don't do much there. I do, but it's from Facebook. So what I'm trying to do now is I'm putting a lot of content into my own Facebook profile creator. The goal is to get to 60,000 minutes watch in 60 days, I think it is, which is very difficult to do because people only watch 30 seconds, comment and leave.
Yeah.
Give you a heart. Hey, love you, man. You're the best. Yeah, but watch it the whole entire video, bro. If you think I'm the best, watch the whole thing.
What's the whole thing? Huh?
So we'll see. I mean, I think I'm doing. When I started really like putting a lot of fishing videos, I got like to half, and it was
Yeah.
only like 3 weeks worth of content. So I think I could do it. I just need to go fishing more often, and so that's what I'm trying to do: grow Facebook to where it's monetized. Because look, humans, I don't know why we're so dumb, really. Uh, Once Facebook is monetized, it's gonna give me energy to go hard on it. And Facebook pays more than YouTube.
Yeah.
But I don't wanna give it the hard unless I'm monetized. So it's like a catch 22. What does it say? I don't know. Like a self-fulfilling prophecy. I don't know. Like I don't want to give it my own because it's not monetized, but I'm never gonna get monetized if I don't give it my own.
Right. No, I understand. I understand. Damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of deal.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to get myself there where I know I'm not getting paid, and I know if that content is on YouTube, which it is, it's gonna pay me money, but Facebook is not gonna pay me money. But if I keep doing that, I'm gonna get to the point that it will. So I'm
Right.
trying to position myself to do that. And the reason why it's so hard is because it's hard.
Right.
It's it's
It's a lot
hard.
of work.
It's a lot of work. It's look at what time it is, and we're producing content. It's too much work, and I work full time, and I have a family, so it's one of those things.
Yeah. I hear you. Well,
So
speaking of time, we've been on about 45 minutes now, and I know you've got other things you probably need to be doing, but I do really appreciate you coming
gracias again.
on and talking with me. And just letting my guys here at Greenfish Nation and all my subscribers on YouTube get to know you a little bit more, and hopefully we can push some of them your way. Um, but I really do appreciate you coming on and joining us, and we'll have to do this again sometime.
Totally. One thing I was gonna say is that I could have 100,000 subscribers right now if I wanted to. All I had to do is shorts. I got like 11 million views on shorts and like that, but I stopped it because it's not what I want to do. I don't. What I want is people to watch my full length content and help me show more people how to get on kayaks, and for that we need money. So the person who watches long form video is gonna be more willing to use your affiliate links or whatever
Yeah,
sponsored promotional product you're offering, and gets there. So just wanted to throw that in there. Like I could have more
sure,
subscribers than I have,
absolutely.
but I want to do it the right way.
Right.
We're kind of like in the same page. I don't want
Yeah.
to call the police on me. I don't want to do any of that stupid thing. I want to I
I
mean,
hear you.
I
You were,
have some crazy ideas for like videos that I know will go viral, and really, those it will cost me probably $500 to do,
yeah,
but it would just change the image of who I am, and I don't want to do that. Like, no.
yeah,
So it will be a slow road, but we'll get there. We'll get there the right
yeah,
way.
yeah. I always felt like if you just kind of let a business, I mean, that's basically what YouTube is. I mean, if you want to look at it that way, or any of the social media platforms, if you'll just let them build their self, you know, it won't fall apart in a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not gonna go next week and do one of those apology videos. Sorry, I faked everything, and I don't want to do it anymore.
Right, right. I hear you. Um, well, all right. Again, I do appreciate you joining us. You guys, I'm gonna put his channel up one more time for you guys here in just a moment. But Alex, I wanna thank you again for coming out tonight and just spending some time with us. I know you could have been doing other things tonight. Maybe doing some demos on some other kayaks or something. But we really do appreciate you. I've got a good group of guys and gals that watch us, and I know they're going to enjoy the content and all. But I'll guess I will let you go.
Thank you for having me. Keep doing, keep putting out content out there. Try to just make it better a little bit at a time, and do some trend hacking. Like we're getting into bed fishing and stuff like that. So well, it depends where you are. So maybe do content like
Yeah,
that. Um, I could like if you take your time to catch one of those big, uh, fish of a bed on a shore, that should get views, especially if it's crystal clear.
you're right. Good clear
Like
water and stuff.
yeah, and you could send this is how easy it is to catch this fish or something like that. Like
Yeah.
something
Well,
that
I'll have
goes
to try that.
with the trends. So
Right. The trend that's going on right now. You know what? I got a couple comments over here before you go. Let's see what we got going on here. Someone said, hello, Aliex, and then hello from USA kayak fishing. That just says Facebook user, so I'm not sure who
yeah,
that was.
a stranger
But
sometimes is weird.
yeah, you have to. I tried to. like earlier today, I went on and I said, hey, remember tonight, Aliex is going to be on the show. You have to give Facebook or StreamYard permission to use your Facebook username and all. But, some people are just new at this whole StreamYard thing. I mean, I'm new at this end of it, but I do realize that you do have to grant permission, for that. But I've got not a lot of experience, but maybe a little more than some folks do. But they'll eventually catch on and get it. But that's okay.
Yeah.
But man, I cannot thank you enough. I appreciate the insight. I've learned a few things from you tonight for sure on YouTube. So don't be surprised next week if you take a peek at one of my videos and maybe I'm getting handcuffed with a rod and reel in my hand or something. I do have a lot of friends that are police officers, so I'm just kidding with you. I wouldn't do that. I want to do it the right way. Like
you could do it, and at the end of the video say, hey, this was just for fun. Never mind.
Well, and I'm thinking that if I got bikini clad cops to come arrest me,
Okay.
that see, you've planted ideas in my head. So,
well, when you make it to the top, don't forget me. Remember, I gave you the idea.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you much. I appreciate you. Okay.
Thanks, bro.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. That was Aliex Folueira. I will not attempt to butcher up his name any longer, but I want to thank you guys for hanging in there tonight on Beyond the Paddle. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Don't forget to go over and click that subscribe button for us on YouTube. Also over on the Greenfish Nation Kayaks Tournaments, Trails, and Series page. If you haven't joined that, we would love to have you guys fishing with us, whether that be a state trail or a regional monthly. We would love that. I guess until next time, guys, I'm John with Greenfish Nation right here on Beyond the Paddle, and I want to wish all you guys tight lines.
Thank you again for joining our podcast. We appreciate your continued support. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube at Bass Fishing with Greenfish Nation. Check us out on Facebook at the group Greenfish Nation Kayak Tournament Series, Trails and Challenges. We can also be found on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok under the handle Greenfish Nation. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm John, and I want to wish you tight lines, guys.